take what they're saying, not the way that they're saying it. That's how I would always go about it. But Dad gonna leave with me? Was he gonna stay? In Texas, we have all the talent. Well, actually, when I was in middle school, I played post. They're forced to be a big because that's all they have on their team. You have to get in the gym on your own time. Your path is different than everybody else's. I tried to commit like when I got at the top or high ranked, I feel like you should dominate your class first and then move up. I would just say, like, do what you're capable of. Everybody's gonna talk. You just gotta do what you think is best for yourself. If I wouldn't have been in the gym and I wouldn't have got to see basketball and all of that type of stuff, I feel like it would have been worse. Leading everybody, telling everybody, like, they got it. If you talk, then it makes things way easier than they. And it teaches you how to manage your time. I stayed on 16s 2 years in a row because I feel like I can showcase my talent. Everybody wants to be EYBL. You want to play competition, but there's nobody to really play. The style of play is starting to look different. But a lot of people don't understand, like, the mental health of basketball. You're telling them stuff that they don't need to hear. Like, you need to be telling them stuff that they need to hear. Your child has to get in the gym at this point.
Did you know that I have 2 books? One called The Little Girl with Big Dreams. It's about an ambitious little girl who overcomes every no to say yes to her dream. The other is called Changing Lanes. It teaches you about the things that you learn from sport and how it translates to life after sport. Be sure to check these out at itsjustdifferentpod.com. Let's get to the episode. Welcome to It's Just Different Podcast, where we bring on people who have been where you're trying to go and or have helped countless athletes get there. Y'all, we got a hooper that's going to talk to y'all today. From ProSkills, her AAU team was ProSkills. She is currently at Legion, and she will be going to Oklahoma State. I'm going to just bring her in because I'm excited to hear from her. Y'all don't need to really hear from me. What's up, Kennedy?
Hey, how are you?
I am good. How about yourself?
I'm doing good.
I didn't even I just said you play with ProSkills, go to Legion, you go to Oklahoma State. I didn't really give you the proper introduction. Tell the people about you, any awards you've gotten, anything. Just tell the people, introduce yourself.
Kennedy Evans. I go to Legion Prep. It's our first year. We're in new high school. The first prep in Dallas. I'm pretty sure the area for sure. I played with Cy-Fair when I was in middle school. That was like my, peaking point. Then I moved to ProSkills and played there my freshman year through my junior year, and well, I guess all 4 years, but I can't play my last year. So this year, and that's the teams that I played for. I went to Braswell High School my freshman year through junior year, and then I moved to Legion my senior year for my senior season.
I love it. We're going to get into all of that. We start this podcast off with something that's different. It's the name of the podcast. It's just different. So what do you think is the biggest difference, or will be the biggest difference from college to your high school and AAU?
I would just say the speed of the game for sure, the way the pace of the game is going, and everybody is going to be bigger, faster, and stronger. So I just feel like the pace of the game is going to be faster for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that every level is a different pace, like from middle school to high school. Like I went JUCO, so even like high school to JUCO was very different.
Right.
And then JUCO to college, like the pace, people don't really understand the pace until they get in.
It's right. Until you playing.
When you gonna see like, oh, I was doing this 3-man weave in high school. It was easy. This 3-man weave in college is totally different. It's the same drill.
Right.
So I agree with that. You talked about Cy-Fair. So you played with Cy-Fair for a few years and then moved over to ProSkills. Why did you make that move?
Well, my dad was actually a coach for he coached the 16s at the time, and me and him had a conversation. Like, I kind of wanted to start something new. Like, I had been playing with Cy-Fair like my whole life, and I had met Coach Taylor, and I kind of wanted to just try something new and do what I felt was best for me, and that was the best decision.
Did you guys look at like any pros and cons of like, okay, this program has this program has this program don't do this? Like, did y'all go through that?
Yes, it was actually really hard because it was like my dad was a coach for Cy-Fair, and me leaving Cy-Fair to go to ProSkills. It was like ProSkills and Cy-Fair are like, I won't say they're they're both,
Yeah.
every time we play each other, it's a good game. So it was kind of like, was my dad gonna leave with me? Was he gonna
Mm-hmm.
stay since I was playing for ProSkills? Like, how was that? So, we kind of had to talk about it, and he supported my decision. Him and my mom supported my decision. Moving to ProSkills, I think, helped me. Like I said, my game for sure, and as a person, most definitely.
Yeah. Wait, so your dad stayed at Cy-Fair when you went to Pro Skills?
No, no, no. He left. He
Oh,
left. He
okay.
left.
I was
He
gonna
came and
say,
started
how was
coaching
that?
for ProSkills.
Got
He
you.
came and
Okay.
started coaching for
Makes
ProSkills.
sense. I was gonna say, oh, I know that was a little tough. So
No, but the decision was for sure tough.
yeah, I'm sure it was, especially since that's a program you play with them from how long to how long?
I started playing with Cy-Fair when I was in fifth grade, so fifth to
Oh,
eighth grade.
yeah, that's
And
three
we had
years
all kind of like been together since fifth grade. So it was like our team was kind of, everybody was still on the 16th team I would say the 16th team, but everybody from our middle school team that made it, they played on the 16th team. So it was like our younger Cy-Fair team had just moved up.
for
Like
sure.
Paris and Micah, yeah, I played with them when I was in middle school.
Oh wow, that's so dope. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you said your game improved a lot. What would you say
Yes,
was the
ma'am.
biggest improvement?
Well, actually, when I was in middle school, I played post. So transitioning from post to guard was kind of tough for me. I was always the biggest one on the floor in middle school. When I was in elementary too, so transitioning from post to guard was the hardest thing for me. But I think the time that I moved out to the perimeter like helped me a lot because it was kind of early on. Like I was still young, so I could still kind of develop my shot and handles and stuff like that. That would help me.
And so eighth grade, you was what was you playing the post in eighth grade?
No, I was playing the wing, but it was like both. Like
Yeah.
I was considered like 5 and a 3 too. Like I could do both. But
Yeah.
now like I'm not the biggest one anymore.
For sure. So how do you that's actually a good point because like I see a lot of young kids like now that's something that always
Hmm.
happens. A lot of young kids that might be tall, like they taller than everybody else. So
Right.
naturally the coach gonna put you in a post, right?
Hmm.
But just like you I could not even imagine you being a post player.
I kind of like early on. My dad said like he saw like there wasn't. I don't not a lot of growth, but I didn't have that much left. So he
Hmm.
was like, it would be easier for me to be able to be a big that could shoot
Hmm.
rather than a big that or a guard that. So I think that move definitely helped me.
What would you say like were some things? Was it just y'all just kind of working out like working on guard like skills like at a young age? Because I think that's an issue with a lot of
Hmm.
kids. Like I said, a coach is if you the tallest, at the end of the day, they're gonna put you in the post. But like you
Right.
said, like you didn't have much wiggle room. You were going to be a guard. That's a lot of young kids now. Like they're gonna be
Hmm.
guards, but I see them on a lot of teams where all they doing is standing in the paint. And it's not
Right.
really helping their growth as they get older.
For me, I think it was like I for me I was tall, but I wasn't like a I don't say bigger than a lot of girls, but I was tall and skinny. So like
Yeah.
me being in a post, it wouldn't really work. I won't say it
Hmm.
wouldn't work, but I would get pushed around more than somebody else that was bigger than me. Like I wouldn't 5'10" in the post in college is not a post really. That's a guard, and really
Hmm.
I feel like a lot of girls they're forced to be a big because that's all they have on their team. Like
Hmm.
they don't go outside the organization or they've been with these girls for a long time, so they don't get to I won't say showcase, but they don't even know that they could do or they could be a post or that they're supposed to be a guard because that's what they've had to play.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a real good point. Software, pro skills, going to
Mhm.
Oklahoma State. Why did you choose Oklahoma State?
What's crazy is when I went on my first visit, my dad wasn't there. It was just me, my mom, and my his dad, my granddad. And the my first offer was from UNT, and my second was from SMU. And I don't know if you know, but Coach Kelby and Coach Player are both there. They were the
Yep.
assistant coaches at both of the schools, so that was already like a plus for me. And those are my favorite recruiters. Like those are I'm sorry, those are my favorite ones. So I was like, man, like this is crazy. And then hearing about Coach JC and all of the about Hannah going there and my new teammates, like teammate girls that I knew. But the crazy thing is when I went on a visit, I tried to commit like there, like when I got there. My dad was like, no, like just give it some time. And I was like, this feels like home. Like out of all the visits I've been on, like the coaches, the girls, like the city, like I won't say I thought about the city too, like somewhere that I could be around, like mentally. Like I can't be around. I don't say I can't, but like being around busy, like that would just. I feel like small town is fits me. So
Mhm.
that was a good fit for me. Like my personality, my style of play, the way that they got a lot of shoes over there. That's really what they do, and I feel like I could definitely bring that to the game along with defense. So
Yeah. No, I
that was
love it.
definitely the best fit for me.
And you said who was your first offer?
UNT.
UNT. When did you get your first offer?
I was in my freshman year. My freshman
Your
year.
freshman, is that your freshman summer going into
Summer.
your okay,
My
going into your
freshman summer.
sophomore year?
Yes.
Okay. What advice? I feel like now, like
Mhm.
everybody is on social media, and I think it's a
Right.
good thing, but
Mhm.
what comes with that honestly is a lot of comparison. Like
Mhm.
I'm seeing so many young kids, 7th, 8th graders mad because they don't have an offer, because they don't have this. Like what advice would
Mhm.
you give young kids as far as getting offers?
I would just say like do what you're capable of. Like whenever you start stepping out of your role, like trying to do more than you could do or do more than your body allows you to do, then I feel like that's when like you're I won't say you're trying too hard, but it's like you're forcing. I feel like if you just play and just hoop, that's
Yeah.
really it. You gotta just hoop. Everybody going people are gonna talk. There's gonna be everybody that's saying stuff that you might not like or saying, people gonna talk. So it's just really your mental and you gotta just play. Like the outside stuff you have to block out and just play.
And you committed last no you or you yeah you committed
I
when?
I was a junior. I was last year in September, I believe.
Okay.
September or November.
One of the months.
Hmm.
But your dad didn't want you to commit on the visit.
No.
When so why was September,
The
November, whichever one of those months, but why was it then?
um I had time to myself. I had time
Mm.
to think. I had time to talk to my coaches and just sit back and really think like, is this where I want to be for the rest of my college life? And that's the talks and the with everybody it was crazy. Everybody was like, are you sure? Is this what you want to do? And like I said, you gotta everybody's gonna talk. You just gotta do what you think is best for yourself and where you can see yourself. And that's what I did, and I feel like that's why I chose Oklahoma State.
Now were you because you got hurt
Mm-hmm.
your
Last year.
junior, yeah, junior, so you
Mm-hmm.
did not play AAU for the most
No.
part, right? How are you feeling? Like, was there any thoughts of like, dang, is OSU gonna pull this from me? Like,
There was, but they were always in my corner. Like they were still at the games. They were still texting me. The support from them was always there. So I never really like had a reason to think that because they were always sure of making sure that I was, that would never, I would say never happen, but that they were still there.
yeah. And how hard was it, like, just dealing with the foot injury in general?
It was really hard, but being with my teammates, being in the gym, I feel like kept my spirits up. Like if I wouldn't have been in the gym and I wouldn't have got to see basketball and all of that type of stuff, I feel like it would have been worse. But being around people made it better. Being around my teammates made it better. And physical therapy, honestly, like even though it sucked being injured, like physical therapy was like I enjoyed doing it because it's like okay, I know I'm getting better. I don't have that much longer until I can get back on the court.
Yep. So, did you still go to all the practices, all the games?
Yes, ma'am. I still went to everything.
Wait, can you say that again, please?
I said I still went to everything.
You still went to everything, like players. Just because you are hurt, that does not mean you don't go to practice. That does not mean you don't do these different things. This is somebody who had already had her school. She's going to Oklahoma State and still was at every practice, still was at the games. Like, I love that. People
Yes,
think just
ma'am.
because you hurt, now you get to sit at home. Now you get to do these different things. You still a part of the team.
Because you still, you at home, other people can still be learning stuff. There's still stuff to learn. It's not just always about physical stuff. You could be learning stuff.
Yes. What were some of the things you took away from not being able to play this season? AAU
Um,
season.
just just being the extra voice. Like I feel like when everybody is working out, like people, I won't say people get carried away, but it's just like people are working out, so there's nobody really just like cheering everybody on. So I feel like being the extra voice, like leading everybody, telling everybody like they got it, and just I feel like bonding, talking is what I really learned. Like talking helps a lot. If you
Yeah.
talk, then things. I mean, it makes things way easier than they could be.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Now, this year, I would say this past season,
Hmm.
Pro Skills was a little different than what it
Hmm.
was the year before. The year before, y'all went how far?
One boo,
Yeah.
and I
Won
think
two
went to
stops,
the
right?
yes, semis, or they were in the championship,
Yeah.
either Final Four or the championship.
Went far. We're gonna go with that. Went
Yeah.
far. Won, I think, two of the stops. And
Hmm.
at the end of the day, this year was a little bit different. I felt like it was just a lot of new players, and
Hmm.
people just trying to find their roles. Like, what adjustment? How are you? Even though you wasn't able to play, like,
Hmm.
how are you able to adjust from the two different teams, from personalities, talent, everything?
I feel like with the practices that we had, like we had two a days, so we would go from 9 to 11, and then take 11 to 1, and then go from 1 to 2:30 or 1 to 3. And with that time, it allowed the girls from out of state to come, and we could all like bond together. And we would all have to go to lunch together. So during the break from 11 to 1, we would all bond and talk, and I feel like that helped us on the court get to know each other. And also I feel like everybody played their role. Like everybody knew what they did best and they did it. Like if
Hmm.
you were best at getting downhill, we would let you get downhill. If you were best at shooting the ball from the corner, we gonna make sure you get the ball in the corner. So I feel like everybody played their role and executed the role. So that's how we were successful with the
Yeah.
group.
No, I love that. I love that. Now, finished AAU season.
Mm-hmm.
You did not go to Braswell your this past year. You went to Legion. What?
Mm-hmm.
How did that come about? What made you make the decision to go to Legion?
It was really about getting me ready for college. The learning program that we have is online, so everything is online. It allows me to get my work done and do basketball like on a free schedule, so I can get my work done, go to the gym. I have free time. It's really just a college schedule, and that's really more of what I wanted. And the competition that we have is more. It would prepare me for college rather than high school. High school still has great competition, but the girls that I'll be playing with were girls from my former AU teams and girls that I knew. So I feel like I would have more fun. And with Coach Taylor, I trusted him. And the online program, I feel like there was nothing that could beat that.
Yeah. So the decision was mainly to help prepare for college.
Yes, ma'am.
Was like winning a well, I mean, you guys did win. But from the high school level, from public school, was winning state, was that like a top priority for you, or did you like didn't really care
Yes,
about it?
definitely. No, I still wanted to win state for sure. That was at the top of the list. And I think that we got it done.
What would you say are the biggest benefits of prep school?
For sure, you have more time on your hands. And it teaches you how to manage your time. Like, I feel like if you sit around all day, well, it does teach you how to manage your time. Like, if you don't do assignments in one day, like they pile up. So it's like being responsible. Kind of doing things on your pace without having to be told. Like, it's something more of like you just have to do without being told. So it's
See,
more like a responsibility thing.
See, I don't. Well, I guess I'm not in that situation. I don't know how I would have, like, how successful I would have been in prep school. Like,
Hmm.
I guess you have to be really disciplined.
You
Maybe I'm
do.
just saying I'm not disciplined because
You have to be very disciplined.
I'm sleeping.
Or you could get, yeah, that's another thing. Like that will get you behind. Like, oh, I'll do it in a few. Oh,
Mhm.
I'll do it in a few. Then if you gets the next day and the next day, and then you're behind a week because you just been putting it off.
Is the
So
work
you have
actually hard?
yes. It takes time. Like
Hmm.
the work takes time. I don't say it's hard, but like it takes time. Like there'll be 10 assignments. I mean, 10 questions on an assignment. It'll probably take me like 25, 30 minutes.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like more of like just makes you think harder.
Yeah. And what
I don't
classes are
say
you taking?
I take a health class. I take a class called Logic, economics, reading slash English, and Spanish.
See, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I used to think like people that's going to prep, they not really taking classes.
Oh
Like,
no, we still have classes, and like the Logic class is like I don't even know how to explain it, but that class is so hard, and everything is out of a book. Like
mm.
all the answers are out of a book, and if you don't have the book, then you can't get the answer.
So it's like really like no way to like cheat.
No, I mean you could find a way, but it's just like you're going the extra mile if you're
You're
going.
doing way too much. Just
Yeah,
learn the
like
information at this point.
at this point,
I feel that. Just get like I just need to learn the information.
right?
Hmm. What does y'all like basketball schedule look like? Like how many times are y'all practicing during a week? What does that look like?
We practice 2 to 3 times a week, from 6 to 8. Like I said, it's really just you have to get in the gym on your own time. Like that's I mean, if you're not getting in the gym outside of practice, then that's already a problem. But coach kind of expects you to be getting in the gym on your own time. So practices are more like plays and stuff that we would do in the game, drills that we could do in the. I don't say drills we could do in the game, but stuff we could do in the game.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I like it. I want to go back to AAU just for a little bit. You've
hmm
been playing AAU, like you said, since fifth grade. Probably
hmm
playing basketball since before that. What has been the biggest lesson you have learned in AAU? Did you know that I have two books? One called The Little Girl with Big Dreams. It's about an ambitious little girl who overcomes every no to say yes to her dream. The other is called Changing Lanes. It teaches you about the things that you learn from sport and how it translates to life after sport. Be sure to check these out at itsjustdifferentpod.com. Let's get to the episode.
Um, I would definitely say, ooh, that's a good one. I would say not be yourself, but like your path is different than everybody else's. Like just because somebody could do something better than you doesn't mean like you're not good or you're, you know, less than them. It's just everybody's path is different. Like people's games are different, and I had to learn that. Like I saw not saw, but like I could see some people doing moves that I can't do or couldn't do, and I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, why can't I do this? But I got in the gym and I worked on it. It
Mm-hmm.
was just more of like a confidence thing.
Mm-hmm.
I
No, I
for
love
sure
that.
say.
And last year, because you didn't play, well,
hmm
your sophomore year, who were some of your teammates? Who did you play with
The season I did play.
that you did play?
Um, Paris, Bradley, that goes to Hebron.
No,
Taylor,
for Pro Skills.
yeah.
Paris played with Pro Skills. I thought she was with Cy-Fair.
She played with us my 16s,
Oh, I didn't know
my
that.
2 years ago. So it was we still had some of the Cy-Fair girls. It was me, Paris, Bradley, Taylor Craver that goes to
Mm-hmm.
Cedar Hill, Raina, um, that goes to she went to the
Yeah.
colony, but now she goes to Legion. Bryn, Panther
Oh
Creek,
yeah. Okay.
Lily that goes to
Mm-hmm.
Skyline.
Lefty. Yep.
Who else do we have? Eve Cox, she
Mm-hmm.
goes to Link, and then I feel like I'm missing somebody else. Nisa Muhammad
Yep. That's at
and Kiara
DeSoto.
Rosen. Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, had a solid group. So everybody, I'm sure, was getting, for the most part, getting highly
Mhm.
recruited. How
Yeah.
was it just playing on a team? And I just want to help some of the athletes now that play on
Mhm.
teams where a lot of kids are getting highly recruited. How was it, one, like you just said, like staying true to yourself, being you? How was that being on a team where everybody's getting recruited and you might not at that time be getting these offers or getting these schools, but you see your teammate getting it? Like, how was that and able to even be cohesive as a team?
Well, when like college coaches are coming to practice or games, it was just more for me like okay, I have a chance to showcase my skills. Like, just because I'm not the one getting the offer, I'm not the one getting looked at. Like, my teammates are like, I can still showcase my skills because they're here. Like, they don't necessarily just have to be here for my teammate. Like, if I'm doing good or if I'm doing my part and doing what I'm supposed to do, then coaches will see that.
No, that's good. That's good. I always just think about that. Like, I feel like it's levels in AAU. You got,
Mm-hmm.
like you said, some of these teams where everybody got D1 looks. Some of these teams where it's just a few. Some of them where it's more D2 players, and it's
Right.
hard to coexist in a team, especially if you're not getting what you think you should be getting.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like I said, you see so many other people. Comparison is
Around
the
you.
thief of joy. Like, so that's an interesting take. Now, your parents are heavily both. Your
Mm-hmm.
mom is a coach.
She
She
was.
was a coach, right?
Uh-huh.
And your dad was a coach, still coaching. Like, how
Mm-hmm.
was that having basically two parents in the household like that are coaches?
It was really like more to myself. Like for me, I just had to keep like a good mental because both of them were, I won't say always nagging, but they after every game they always yelling. So it's more of like me just, take what they're saying, not the way that they're saying it. That's how I would always go about it because if not, I feel like but me just both of them yelling, it was just bad. So I feel like take what they're saying and not how they're saying it for sure.
No, that's good. Before we get off, I would love if you could give advice. What advice would you give to a young athlete in AAU looking to get recruited?
I would say, for one, most definitely, be in the gym, like outside of practice. That's the top thing. And I feel like the teams that some people are playing on, like, are either the, I feel like the girls are either too good for the talent, or like, I feel like the girls are just staying around because they know they could play with them. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for me, my decision, I feel like I stayed on 16s 2 years in a row was because I feel like I could showcase my talent. When I feel like girls are trying to go like higher, like
Mm-hmm.
the grade levels higher. So I feel like my advice would be just playing like your grade level and dominating your grade level first before you move up, because that will get you more recruited. Because if you're dominating girls in your grade, you'll be at the top. So when you get up and go to the next level, it'll be easier. So
That's a that's a
just
great point.
I just feel like if you want to be like at the top or high ranked, I feel like you should dominate your class first and then move up, because a lot of younger girls are starting to move like 16U whatever just because, the name, but I feel like if you're not dominating at that level, you're just playing because of the name, then there's no point.
I love that you say that because I feel like that's an issue, especially when you're talking about circuit level teams. Like, at
Yes.
the end of the day, we talking about Texas. I personally feel like if there's a kid on said EYBL team, they 15s, and another
Mhm.
EYBL team say, "Oh, you can come play with me and play 16s." Like, people are doing that, and I just
Right.
don't think it's smart.
Me
Like,
neither.
but they hear, "Oh, I got to play up. Oh, I got to play up," and
Right.
as we talked about earlier, it's levels to this. Like, when you playing
Mhm.
EYB, when you're playing circuit like that, you ain't gotta play up because everybody
Right.
that you play against is just as good
It's
as you.
good. And that's what I feel like people don't understand. Like they just go with the name, like, oh, it's EYBL. Oh, I think people also like, it's the internet. The
Mm-hmm.
internet is another thing because being EYBL is like, you know everybody wants to be EYBL. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that just, I don't say the internet makes it worse, but social media, like
Yeah,
the you know I
the
just,
facade of it, and just people think
yeah,
like, oh, I gotta
right,
play. Even if that, like, trying to go to the EYBL team, and you not at the end of the day, you not EYBL material. Like,
right.
it can hurt you. Like, go what's gonna be best for you.
Best for you.
Now, let me
Hmm.
ask you: do you think we was actually talking about this on live? Like, I think like
Hmm.
2 weeks ago. Do you think it's too many circuit level teams in Texas to be able to dominate?
I think yes, because there's just so many branches. Like
Yes.
it's, I don't know. I don't say it's getting out of hand, but it's just like how is all this competition gonna get put on one floor?
On one, exactly.
Like I feel like this. I won't even say it's not fair, but it's just like it's kind of pointless because it's like you want to play competition, but there's nobody to really play. I don't say there's nobody to really play, but like it's not what you're looking for. So it's
Yes.
kind of like, and that kind of just started happening. Like I won't say a couple of years ago, but
Mm-hmm.
last year, the past few years, and that's why I think basketball. I won't say are starting to look different, but the style of play is starting to look different
Yeah.
because the way that is being played, or I don't say the way that is being played, but just the way that is having to be played. Like
Mm-hmm.
the tournaments around, I won't say everybody can just come to one. Like,
Yeah.
so it's kind of,
It's different. And I
yeah.
think when you think about, like, yes, like the year before last, y'all went Final Four, semis. What, I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember when it, whatever it was. Last year, Cy-Fair, like last season,
Mm-hmm.
Cy-Fair actually won. So like, I think that, like, yes, I feel like Texas has the best talent, but I think when
Mm-hmm.
you get on a consistent base of like, when we talk about being able to win EYBL, when we talk about being able, I think Adidas is a little down, but when we talk about being able
Mm-hmm.
to win Adidas, when we talk about somebody going out there to beat FBC, like being able to go win
Right.
UA, I think it's so hard because you have ProSkills, Cy-Fair, Drive Nation, Lady Jets,
Yeah.
IFN, like you got so many
There's so many
teams.
branches.
It's so many teams. It's like, yes, we got the talent, but they're all spread out against
Right.
12 circuit level teams.
And I feel like it's because once again everybody wants the name. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's because some people might not have made it on this team, but this team says, "Oh, you can come play on my team." So that's why
Facts.
I feel like all of the talent is just is.
It's watering. It's just watering. I don't even want to say watering it down because, like I said, like I do feel like Texas got the best talent. But when we talk
Mm-hmm.
about like the depth of a team, like when we talk about all of that, like you got some Texas team that are going to compete. If they 16s, they really going to compete with 15s and 14s because they
Right.
playing up, because they gotta play up, because everybody on so
Right.
many different
So many
teams.
different teams
Like that's hard to compete at that type of level.
for sure.
So I think that, I wish that there was, I me personally, I think that there should be two teams per circuit.
Yeah, for sure. Because that's you got, I don't say the first and the second team, but the first and the second team,
Mm-hmm.
like the top 20, top 25,
Yes.
how whichever you
Yes.
thinking.
The top
And I feel
25
like
kids, like, here you like, and I think that would just make, one, it's gonna make kids compete harder.
for sure.
Like, it's
'Cause
gonna make
all
you
the
not want to give
competition.
up. Like, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
ain't getting this, I could just go to this team. Oh, I could just,
Right.
like, it's only so many teams you can go to. So I think it's gonna make kids compete harder, which in return is gonna make the game better.
I think I just it's just so crazy because I feel like Texas, we have all the talent, but it's just everybody's just not on the same page. Like kids not on the same page, just
Mm-hmm.
parents not on the same, like everybody. Because I feel
Mm-hmm.
like parents are telling kids some things, and the kids are telling. I don't say kids are telling parents some things, but the kids are giving their opinion, and it's like both are giving their opinion when majority of the time it'd be the parents. Like the parents are the ones that want to make the decision for the kid
Mm-hmm.
when it's really the kid's decision because they're the one that's playing. And that's why I really feel like the the ratio of the teams are kind of spread out because parents are like, well, no, we want you to be on EYBL because this and that. So it's like everybody want to be on the EYBL team, or everybody want to be on the top Adidas team or Under
Mm-hmm.
Armour team. So it's just
Yeah. And you done been through this. You have
Mhm.
gotten what a lot of these kids are striving for, which at the end of the day is free school. You have seen it. You have your mom was a coach, your dad was a coach, is a coach. You was coached by one of the top coaches I feel like around. What are some things these parents need? Because I don't feel like these parents really know. I don't. What are some things these parents need to know as it relates into the AAU industry, as it relates into recruiting, as it relates to all things basketball?
I just feel like there is a certain point in time to where like you have to let your kids just like play. Like it's their journey. Like if they're 100% about their decision, I feel like it's their job to be on board and support the kid because I'm not gonna lie. Like a lot of people don't understand like the mental health of basketball, like the mental part of it. But it sometimes it can get kind of out of hand, and I feel like um, just having a good support system for sure. And I just some parents I feel like take it too far with the like coaching, like um, wanting to. I don't even know how to explain. I would say coaching from the stands because if
Mm-hmm.
parents still do that, then but it's just the like telling your kid like the wrong things. I'll just say
Right.
that. Like
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that or things that they don't need to hear. I mean, the stuff that you're telling them stuff that they don't need to hear. Like you
Right.
need to be telling them stuff that they need to hear. Like it's okay to I won't say get on them, but like you kind of gotta balance it out. Like get
Mm-hmm.
on, then like sweeten it, not sweeten it up,
Yeah.
but
Have
like
a good balance.
yeah. And I feel like some parents either have too much of one or too much of the other, and it's never like, and they're not on the same page with the kid. That is I feel like the problem today, which is parents don't are not on the same page as the kids. So it's like the kid's game is not what the parent wants it to be, or
Mm-hmm.
the kid's game is not how the kid wants it to be because of the parent, or the kid's game isn't how they want it to be because their parent is telling them something. So it's like their confidence is going down because they can't just play. So I feel like just playing is really just letting your child play and being a support system for them for sure.
I love it. I love it. We start
And
this
the
by go ahead.
coaches, no talking to the I don't say no talking to the coaches, but I feel like parents also get carried away with the texting coaches asking for playing time. That makes it worse.
Oh,
I'm
that
just
makes
saying
it
because
worse.
I know because my parents were both coaches and that just makes it worse. Like I don't know what else to say, but
You are absolutely right.
I
It
just
make it
feel
worse.
like your child has to get in the gym at this point.
That's it. I love it. I love it. We
Yes,
start
ma'am.
this podcast off with what's different in the game. I like to end with you, with the person.
hmm
What will be different with Kennedy within the next 3 to 5 years?
Well, I want to be a sports broadcaster, so I will be doing
Ooh,
stuff like this, girl.
let's
So,
do it. We
this
need
would
to
for sure.
connect.
Yes. Um, yeah, I would be. I want to be on like something like this. So, I guess being a broadcaster would change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know what else. Like you talking about basketball or
No, in
just like
general, we can go with that. In
oh,
general, I love it.
yeah, that's what I want
So
to be.
sports broadcast in the next 3 to 5 years, y'all are gonna see
Mhm.
her doing podcasts, talking to people, whatever it looks like in sports broadcasting. I love it.
I had to be real. Like I wanted to go overseas and
Mm-hmm.
play on the WNBA, but they don't get paid that much. Like
Say it
it's
again.
like is I'm not gonna beat my body down if I'm not getting paid. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. And then like
I keep saying we gonna end, but that is a great point. So like you talk about that what you literally just said, that was
hmm
why I wrote my book. I got a book called Changing Lanes, Using Sports as a
hmm
Vehicle to Drive Success on and off the court. And it really just talks about the things you learn from sport and how it translates to life after
right.
sport. Like I knew in high school, like, and I was pretty good, but I knew I didn't want to go to the league. I
hmm
knew I wasn't going overseas because one, I'm picky. Like,
Yeah.
and you
Me
ain't speaking
too.
English. Like, I can't get with it. I knew, I knew that
Right.
about myself. But like, and I ain't gonna like. Granted, if
I got drafted. I mean, I ain't gonna be like no, but like
Right.
I was realistic. Like you just said, I had to be real.
Hmm.
I was very realistic about my goals, and it's why I'm able to do the things that I'm doing now. So I love
Right.
like my face lit up when you said that because I love when kids are like, at the end of the day, you're doing what I talk about. You using the game of
Right.
basketball as the vehicle. We gonna get this free school. We gonna play this
Hmm.
game because I like playing it. I'm good at it, and I'm gonna utilize everything that I'm
The
getting
next
in
one.
it to
Right.
do what I'm like. I love it. I love that you said that.
Yes, man.
So,
I wanted to do be a sports medicine doctor, but like I also didn't want to. I feel like that's starting life. I won't say starting life too late, but like I'm
mm,
gonna have to do an extra 4 year, 5 years of school after the four. Like
you ain't got
that's
time for that, huh?
no.
We ain't doing it. We got top five, top five. You got five things. You just gonna answer it, and that's it. You
Okay.
ready?
Yes.
Biggest ick as a player.
Ooh. Not calling screens. Oh my gosh.
Getting knocked out by a
That
screen.
is.
We
Oh my god.
fighting.
For real. Like that be the
I
I
feel
would
that one.
say them.
I felt that one. Build your five. We gonna go with either five WNBA players or five college players. You the coach. You got five people that you coaching that you winning a championship with.
Hmm. I'm gonna do college.
Okay.
I'm gonna do. Hmm. I'm gonna do Kayla Clark. That's
Okay.
she gotta be in there. And then for a big, I'm gonna do Angel Reese.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna do the other big from South Carolina, Cardoso.
Cardo. Mm-hmm.
And then hmm, I'm gonna do Deja Kelly.
Okay. You got one.
And
Who at the
then
one? Caitlin Clark at the one? Or are you getting the one?
ooh, that's hard. She's more of like a I won't say a one, but like she's better off the dribble. But I don't think she. Nah, I can't put her as a one. Mm, who we gonna do Sarah?
Okay. Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Nice little group. We'll go with that. I like that. That's a good group. If you can live anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Ooh, I probably would say somewhere in the islands. I don't know where, but there's too many to pick. Just because I feel like that's like I feel like if I see something like if I'm seeing like tropical, like that's gonna be my vibe. Like
Okay.
I'm
Okay. I'm feeling somewhere by the water. Give me some nice
yes,
trees. I
yes, some
feel it.
scenery, something.
I
Yes.
feel it. Outside of basketball, if you could do
Hmm.
something every day, what would it be?
Um, definitely, I would probably say something with kids. I used to do like mentoring, like go read to kids after school. I used to like doing that. I used to love talking to the kids, playing with the kids.
All right. All right. And what does that pregame playlist look like? Who we listening to?
Ooh, I listen to a lot. I kind of listen to like slow songs more than rap actually. If I had to choose an artist, I'll do top 3 cuz
Okay.
top is too many. Um I'm gonna say that's hard. Nah, I'm gonna do okay. Nah, I can't put him in there. Young Thug is in there.
Okay.
Mariah the Scientist is in there.
Okay.
And the last one, I'm gonna say, ooh, that's hard. I'm gonna say Drake, but
Okay.
like slower Drake. I
Slower
don't say
Drake.
not slower Drake, but you know the Drake where he be singing, not the rapping Drake.
Not him. He needs to be singing type Drake.
Yeah, it's like old Drake.
I feel it. I'm gonna go with that. We done talked about a lot of different things. Off the top of your head, if you can come up with a title for this episode, what would it be?
What my shirt say? Be you, let them adjust.
Oh, be you. Let
Woo,
them
let me get in the
adjust. Oh,
camera.
they'll adjust. There it is. Be you.
Yeah,
They'll
there it goes.
adjust. That might be it. I like that. I like that. This has been a great episode. I appreciate you taking time. You can tell the people where to find you, and if you can leave a message to a parent, player, coach, whatever's on your heart.
You can find me at Key for Three. That's everything. And a message to everybody. I would just say, do what's best for you, and don't let somebody else's path, affect yours. And for parents, I just feel like support your kids, and kids just hoop. Like that's really all you got to do is just hoop, and stuff will come to you. Like just play hard and hoop. Coaches cannot teach effort. Effort is what I would say. Like diving on the floor for the extra loose balls. Like make sure you touching the line when you running suicides. Like cheering your teammates on. I feel like it's the little stuff, not just talent. Is always what gets you looked at. Like being a good teammate on the bench will get you looked at. Clapping will get you looked at. Like cheering, I feel like it's the little stuff. Defense. Coaches love defense and girls that can talk.
I love it. I love it. We can't end it no better than that. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure y'all like, follow. Hey, I need to know if the ProSkills family, if they rocking with it. Like, they need to be on the video.
Yes.
The Legion family, they need to be on the video.
They are. We can get Coach Taylor on the video.
Yes. He coming. He coming. I need the people to listen to the episode, watch the episode. We're going to continue to bring y'all guests after guests after guests who have been where you're trying to go and or have helped countless athletes get there. Come back next week and the following week. And the following week, we're going to continue to have episodes. That's all we got, and we'll see you next week.